Hello there, and welcome. If you love exploring the wonders of nature and the incredible animals that share our world, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss our upcoming journeys. Now, let's step into the desert, where survival itself is an art form. The camera sweeps across endless golden dunes, the sun blazing high above. Out of the shimmering horizon, a caravan slowly appears, camels, the true ships of the desert, gliding across the sands with steady rhythm. They are more than beasts of burden, they are lords of the sands, creatures whose very existence is intertwined with one of Earth's harshest environments. For thousands of years, camels have carried people, goods, and dreams across barren landscapes once thought unlivable. Their presence turns desolate emptiness into pathways of connection and life. Calm, patient, and enduring, they stand as symbols of resilience. Where other animals fail, the camel thrives, a living bridge between man and desert, between survival and impossibility. The desert is merciless, blistering days, freezing nights, and endless miles with little water or food. Yet, the camel is built not just to survive here, but to master it. Every part of its body tells the story of adaptation, of evolution tuned to the rhythm of the sands. Watch its wide, padded feet pressing into the dunes like natural snowshoes, preventing it from sinking where other animals would falter. Its long legs lift the body high above scorching ground, while thick fur shields it from both the blazing sun and the bitter desert cold. The nostrils can close against sandstorms, and long lashes form a curtain against the desert's sting. But perhaps the greatest mystery lies in the hump, a reservoir not of water, but of fat, fuel for journeys that stretch across weeks without food. Their bodies recycle water with unmatched efficiency, their blood cells even stretch like elastic bands, surviving dehydration that would kill most creatures. The camel is not fragile in the desert, it is the desert's triumph, shaped perfectly for endurance, an emblem of survival where life seems impossible. For thousands of years, camels have been more than animals, they have been lifelines. Across the ancient Silk Road, through Arabian deserts, and into the heart of Africa, caravans of camels carried salt, spices, silk, and stories. Without them, trade routes would have been nothing but empty trails lost to the sands. Picture a long line of camels moving against the horizon, bells jingling softly with each step, their shadows stretching across dunes like a living river. They carried merchants and explorers, linking civilizations and shaping cultures far beyond the desert's edge. Their strength turned barren wastelands into pathways of exchange of goods, ideas, and dreams. But their companionship runs deeper than trade. In villages and nomadic camps, camels were, and still are, the pillars of survival. They provide milk rich in nutrients, hides for shelter, and transportation through terrains no wheel could conquer. To their human partners, they are not just beasts of burden, but trusted companions, patient, enduring, and loyal. The story of humanity's journey through deserts is also the story of the camel, the silent partner who carried civilization forward, step by step, across the sands of time. Camels are called the ships of the desert for a reason, they carry life itself across seas of sand. In a land where water is rarer than gold, camels are walking reservoirs, built for survival in extremes that would defeat almost any other creature. Their humps, not filled with water, but with fat, act as storage tanks, fueling their bodies through long journeys. Their blood cells are oval-shaped, a unique gift of evolution, allowing them to circulate fluid even during severe dehydration. A camel can lose up to a third of its body weight in water and still survive, then drink gallons in minutes when an oasis is finally found. But water is not just for themselves. For nomads, the milk of camels is a lifeline, rich, sustaining, and flowing even in the driest seasons. In the harsh silence of the desert, this milk has kept countless families alive where no crops could grow. When the desert sun blazes, and the winds whip dunes into walls, the camel walks on, steady and unfaltering. To watch them cross the sands is to witness nature's ultimate design for survival, an animal sculpted not just to endure the desert, but to master it. Every part of the camel's body tells a story of survival. Their broad, padded feet spread wide on shifting sand, carrying them where wheels and hooves would sink. Long, sweeping eyelashes and closable nostrils shield them from storms of dust, while thick lips let them graze on thorny desert shrubs that no other animal dares to eat. Their coats, too, are miracles of design. In summer, it reflects the burning heat; in winter, it becomes a warm mantle against desert nights that freeze. Even their gait, a rolling, side-to-side stride, conserves energy across endless miles, letting them move like waves over the dunes. Behavior adds another layer of brilliance. Camels know how to conserve energy by resting in the hottest hours, moving at dawn and dusk when the desert softens. They can go for weeks without water, not by storing it in humps, but by wasting none. Each drop of sweat, each breath, is managed with precision. To see a camel is to see adaptation in its purest form, a living testament that even in the harshest deserts, life not only endures, but thrives. For thousands of years, camels have been more than animals, they have been the engines of human progress. Across the deserts of Arabia, North Africa, and Central Asia, caravans of camels carried salt, spices, silk, and gold, linking distant civilizations through trade. Imagine endless lines of camels swaying across golden dunes, bells jingling softly with each step, merchants guiding them from oasis to oasis. These were the ships of the desert, moving not through water but through sand, making possible the Great Silk Road and trans-Saharan trade. Their strength turned barren deserts into highways of commerce. Without camels, goods and ideas could not have crossed such vast wastelands. They brought stories, cultures, and religions with them, shaping the course of history. Even armies relied on them, as camels carried supplies and soldiers through terrains no horse could master. Every caravan was more than a journey of trade, it was a bridge between worlds. And at the heart of it all stood the camel, silent, steady, and indispensable. Life in the desert is never easy, even for the mighty camel. The endless heat, shifting sands, and scarce water test every living thing. Camels endure scorching days when the sun burns the land, and freezing nights when the desert turns to ice. But beyond nature's trials, camels also face hardships from humans. Many are overworked, carrying loads heavier than they should. In some places, they are neglected or used in harsh conditions for tourism or racing. These trials remind us that even the strongest creatures can suffer when their strength is taken for granted. Yet, the camel endures. With patience in its eyes and resilience in its stride, it faces challenges that would break other animals. Their survival is not just a story of adaptation, but of quiet courage, a lesson in perseverance written in the sands of time. Across deserts and centuries, camels have carried more than just goods, they have carried the weight of culture, faith, and tradition. In the Middle East, Africa, and Asia, camels became symbols of survival, wealth, and honor. Ancient caravans carved paths of trade across the Silk Road and Arabian sands, powered by their steady steps. In poetry and songs, camels are praised as loyal companions, while in religion they hold sacred meaning, even mentioned in scriptures as gifts of endurance from the Creator. Festivals and traditions still celebrate their beauty, from camel races in the Gulf to colorful fairs in India where camels are adorned like kings. They are more than beasts of burden, they are icons of resilience, deeply woven into the fabric of human identity. To speak of the desert without the camel is to tell only half the story. Camels are not just survivors of the desert, they are guardians of its fragile balance. By grazing on tough shrubs and carrying water to distant villages, they help people endure where the sun burns hottest. Their dung fertilizes dry soils, and their steady movements shape the rhythm of desert life. For nomadic tribes, camels are lifelines, transporting families, food, and tents across shifting dunes. Even today, in regions where machines fail against sand and heat, camels remain unmatched allies. In modern times, they support ecotourism, desert safaris, and even medical research, as camel milk is prized for its nutrients and healing qualities. Through every role, they remind us that the desert is not empty, it is alive, sustained by the quiet strength of its ships. As the sun dips behind golden dunes, the silhouette of a camel carrying its rider stretches across the sand. This final chapter reflects on camels not only as animals of endurance but as living bridges between past and future. Once the backbone of trade routes like the Silk Road and Arabian caravans, camels remain symbols of resilience in a changing world. Today, conservation efforts aim to protect wild camel species, while sustainable programs ensure domestic herds continue to support rural families. Scientists explore the medicinal value of camel milk, while cultural festivals celebrate their legacy through races, dances, and stories passed down through generations. The documentary closes with a powerful image, a caravan of camels moving steadily under a starlit desert sky, their footsteps whispering across the sands. A reminder that as long as camels walk the desert, humanity's bond with survival, patience, and endurance will never be broken.